Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, I am going to be giving you tons of college tips and tricks and some life hacks to get through your college semester. So it is my final senior semester and I just started back last week. So I decided to put this list together to make your college semester stress-free as well as easy. But you know me, like I always say in every single video, don't forget to like this video, comment below for video suggestions, as well as subscribe to my channel. So I'm going to get started on this video because we have a lot to go through today. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the very first thing is get a good night's rest the night before. This is very crucial in how you start your day the next morning. Whether you have an 8 a.m. class or a class at noon, you always need to get a good amount of sleep the night before to make your day go by smoother. With me being an art major, I've had 8 a.m. classes every single semester and I could not avoid them. So I've always made sure that I got plenty of rest the night before, approximately around 8 hours, just because I need that full 8 hours of sleep so I'm very refreshed for the next morning. My freshman year of college, I did not get any sleep at all, and my grades really reflected on that. So freshman year, I ranged from B's, and then as I started moving up into my major, figuring out my sleep schedule, I started getting A's. And whether you believe it or not, your sleep schedule really reflects on those grades. When you get a full night's rest before, you will not fall asleep in class the next day. Falling asleep in class the next day is very bad in college because college is very fast-paced compared to high school. College classes are very expensive compared to high school classes. The average cost per class ranges from either $1,000 and can go all the way up to $4,000. So biggest life lesson, do not fall asleep during a class because your professors are not going to be lenient and they will not help you make up your work. So I definitely suggest getting your money's worth by getting a full night's rest before class so you are very prepared for the next day. Okay, so for the next tip is plan everything. So going back to my first tip, plan your night's rest. I would definitely recommend getting a planner to write down every single thing that you have going on this semester. Because keeping a planner, you can always go back and look at everything that you have in front of you without trying to remember it off the top of your head. And also once you write that down, you have a better memorization of what is to come. So I know a lot of high school teachers, they stress that writing notes and then reading them aloud helps you remember them 2 times as better. So get in the habit of that and write down every single thing you have planned this semester. I recommend getting a planner that also consists of a full layout of all the dates as well as multiple pages for those dates specifically. So if you run out of room on the little squares, you have the extra room to write in what you have that day. So like if your calendar is super packed for one day and you don't have enough room to write in just that small calendar little space, you can go in and write everything in detail in these extra pages. This is super helpful because if you're taking a full load of classes, you need to write down each homework assignment that you have. So this leads me to my next point is color code everything. If you're taking a full semester of classes, so basically a full semester would be 5 classes, so that's 18 hours minimum, and you can take up to 7 classes, which is 21 hours, you're going to need to write down all of your homework assignments. And the best way to keep up with that is color coding each class so you know exactly what class it is and what assignment you are doing. With being an art major, I have to take a total of 7 art history classes, and with me being lazy and putting everything off until the last minute, I am taking 3 art histories this last semester. So it is very important that I do not mix those up because each art history is very different compared to the other. So I get my color pens and write down each art history assignment in that color, and then I will know exactly which assignment is due on what day so I don't mix any of that up because art history classes will be the death of me. Okay, so this next tip you might not think is important, but I say it is very important. Sit at the front of every class that you have, or at least try to. This not only will help you pay attention more, but this will help you refrain from socializing or doing anything you're not supposed to be doing in that class. It's also very easy to get distracted as well if you are in the back of the class because when you're in the back of the class, you are most likely not going to be paying attention as well as the people in the front row. I've noticed quite a few differences from sitting in the front of the class versus the back of the class. One, you can see the board a lot better. Most college classes, the professor will always have a presentation that is projected onto a whiteboard or whatever kind of blank blank surface they have, and it is crucial that you can see the board clearly. And some college classes, like a seminar class, they have maybe 300 seats. So my freshman year, I took a science class, and when I sat in the back, it was so hard to see. I had to go back after every class onto the module on my laptop and reread everything because it was so hard to see. So that not only wastes your time, but you can also be using that time that you're rereading the entire lecture to be doing your homework or other studying. Also, when you sit in the front, it shows your professor that you want to be there. You want to be in that class learning what they have planned for that day. So I think sitting in the front of the class will not only improve your grades, but it can also improve your listening skills. Okay, so the next step is a very vital key point so you do not get burned out. Space out your studying. So unlike high school, you're not going to be taking all of your courses in the same day, every day. Generally, if you have classes, you will be taking the same class Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then the same classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You'll never be taking all 5 classes, if you have 5 classes, in the exact same day, every single day. This way you can space out all of your studying, because if you study every single class, every single day, you will most likely get burned out and not want to continue. My biggest tip for this is study the classes that you have on that day. So whatever time you get out of class, I would say go home and study at least 1 to 2 hours on that particular class and then stop. Don't worry about the classes you have the next day, because you'll worry about those the next day when they come. Overstudying can burn you out and get really stressful in the end, because I hate doing more than I have to do. And the way these college classes are laid out, you do not have to. So take that tip and make your college semester a lot more stress-free. This next tip might be a little hard to do depending on what kind of class you take, but this one is ask questions. Like I mentioned in the beginning, these college classes are going to be a lot more fast-paced than high school classes. So if you have a question, speak up and ask the professor and get help. You're never going to learn if you never ask questions. So asking questions is very crucial when taking college classes and everyday life. Professors are a lot less scary than you actually think they are. I know in some classes the professor might seem a little bit intimidating, but if you just raise your hand and ask a question, or even ask the professor after the class is over, they are really nice and they just want to help you succeed, because they're getting paid, we have to pay for the classes, so they're going to help you to the best of their ability to pass that course. Another helpful tip is to get permission from your professor to record the lecture. Whether this is a camera set up in the back of the classroom or a voice recording, always ask your professor if this is allowed. This helps you go back and review any lectures or points in the topic that you need help on or further understanding. I know some classes have Panopto, which is a live stream feature that they record their lectures and then they post to the student website, so students can always go back and review that previous lesson. But some colleges don't, so it is always good to ask if you can record the lecture. This is also super helpful when you are studying for exams, because exams in college, they can be some pretty detailed exams. So it is really important that you get as much information as possible to study for these exams. I know in some classes, exams and tests are the only grades that you get, so like they don't have any small assignments or busy work or any kind of homework. Your entire grade is based off of exams. So if you fail one test, that might cause your entire grade for the entire semester, because without all that little work to help your grade, that can be very treacherous to your final grade. Okay, so the next tip is join a study group. Every class that I have been in, I have either made a group chat or someone else has made the group chat for me. I'm a very social person, so when it comes to talking to people and studying with people, I'm all for it. Some of you might not be as social, but I really think it is important to branch out and meet people, because those people can help you. I really find group chats and study groups very beneficial to my studying as well as my grade. Joining a study group is very beneficial too, because if you're in between classes, you can always go get coffee or some food and study over that, which I think coffee in college is very crucial to the brain. I probably get coffee every single day. Yes, every day. Okay, this next tip might be a little cheesy and you've probably heard it before, but this one is use a distinctive scent or flavor of gum when studying. I would say this tip works best when you are studying for a test, because if you're chewing that flavor of gum as you study, and then when you go and take the test and you chew that exact same piece of gum, you'll start to remember, okay, I studied this and this is that answer. You'll start to put 2 and 2 together a lot easier. I've actually tried that before and it helps just a little bit. I mean, it's better than nothing, but I think that is a helpful tip that some of y'all might not know. Okay, so hopefully this next tip will save you money. This one is do not pay full price for your textbooks. We all know college textbooks can be really expensive. I know my freshman year, not knowing about the internet and free books. Well, I did know about the internet, but I had no idea about free textbooks. I probably spent $700 on all of my textbooks, because college textbooks can range from like $75 all the way up to $400. And I know if you're a nursing student, your college textbooks are going to be the most most expensive. I worked in the college bookstore my freshman year as a sales associate, and those nursing textbooks, they ranged from like $500 up to $700 a book, and that is crazy. So my best advice for this is get your laptop and search your textbook on Amazon, Chegg, and Bookfinder, and there's a lot more other websites that you can find free textbooks. Those websites will give you actually a discount, so you'll be paying a lot less on those websites than your actual college bookstore. I know some websites you have to do a lot of searching though. You can find your textbooks for free. So after my freshman year, I had this friend who helped me get all of my textbooks for free. She is a blessing. I never had to pay for a single textbook the rest of my college career. Unless it was a textbook that has a Cengage password, which is a password that you have to enter on your laptop, and that is where you turn in all of your homework assignments. So you can't get around that one. You have to pay for that one because that's how you turn in your work. But other than that, if you have all of your assignments that are on a different website through the student account or whatever, you can find that textbook for free or a cheaper price somewhere else. Okay, so this next tip is also a money saver. Not really, I mean, kind of. But this one is use your meal plan. Every student at every college that I know is required to buy a meal plan with their tuition every semester. Whether you're a commuter or a resident, you are required to buy a meal plan. There is no way around it. So since I am a commuter and I drive to college, since I live at home, my meal plan started at $365. This meal plan gets you access to every dining location on campus. Why pay real money when you can use your meal plan? I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, but when you use actual money like a debit card or cash at a dining location on campus, they actually charge you more to use that instead of your meal plan. I don't know if that is with every college, but I have noticed that where I go, and it is very crucial to use your meal plan first before cash or any other kind of method. So there are three, I think, different types of meal plans. Since I'm a commuter, I get dining dollars, and dining dollars do not transfer over into the next semester. So you have to spend all of those dining dollars within that semester. So from that very first day of class, I would suggest start using your dining dollars, because at the very end of the semester, if you're left with $100, you have to spend all of that because they will not transfer into the next semester, which kind of sucks because that's your money and you're paying that anyway for a meal plan. Might as well use it. Okay, so for this next one, this is a hack. Get free stuff. So throughout the entire semester, tons of clubs will set up tents on the entire campus, and they will be handing out t-shirts, koozies, pins, whatever, you name it, to get you to join their club. Most of this mainly goes on within the first couple of weeks of school. Once school starts, it's called the week of welcome, and that is when all of the clubs, sororities, fraternities, any and every campus association will have a tent set up to get all of the new students intrigued. And by doing that, they offer you free stuff. I know my freshman year during the week of welcome, I think I got a free cactus. I got a lot of t-shirts. They also have a lot of free food. So like they have tons of events where they're giving out pizza, popcorn, ice cream, popsicles, you name it. Even if you're not interested in the club or plan to join that club, you can still get the free stuff. And also having all of these tents set up is a very good way to meet and mingle with all of your fellow classmates. So if you love free stuff, make sure you are present every single day during the first and second weeks of starting back to college. Okay, this next one is probably known and understood as a college student, but get yourself a laptop. Every single student will have a laptop with them just because all of the courses will be posted on your student website, and that is how you access all of your homework and quizzes, etc. I don't think I've seen one college student without a laptop, so if you do not have one, please, please, please invest in one, because this will be your #1 best friend each and every day. I don't think I go a single day without using my laptop. My laptop is always plugged in at night and taken with me to class the very next day. This is also one way that college differs from high school, is because high school you get your assignments on paper mostly, and then you turn them into your teacher that way, but in college all of your assignments will be virtual and you will turn them in on a laptop. This is because college is way bigger than high school, and so the professors probably do not want to hand grade 300 plus papers, so that's why they do it virtually on a laptop, which makes it much easier and efficient. And last but not least, this is the last hack for the video. If you are a college student, use your college ID to get discounts at any retailer. So having that student ID can save you a buttload of money. So I just looked up a few places that you can use your student ID, and on Amazon, anyone anyone that has a valid .edu email can join Amazon Prime and get 2-day free shipping on a discount. At Barnes & Noble, students can save up to 90% on used textbooks. That's a good place to get your textbooks if Amazon or Chegg do not offer as much of a discount as you want. Next, at Sam's Club, you can show a student ID when signing up for a Sam's Club collegiate membership and then get a $15 Sam's Club gift card. Apple students get education pricing on Apple computers. That's how I got my brand new laptop. Apple Education Store is the best place to look for any type of laptop. So they'll offer you a discount up to $100 to $200 off, which is amazing. The next one, if you are an art major, you're definitely going to be using Adobe. And so with a student ID, if your college doesn't already offer you a free license, students can get 60% off Adobe Creative Cloud, which makes it only $20 a month to download and use any Adobe product. And I know Adobe is very expensive if you do not have that free student license. I would definitely look into that if your college does not offer that. Chick-fil-A, get a free drink when you present your student ID. Buffalo Wild Wings, grab your favorite barbecue wings or other favorites at 10% off with a student ID. And I know at Stars and Strikes, you can present your student ID and get 15% off an escape room. So I went to an escape room last week and I presented my college ID and it saved me 15% off. So always keep your college ID handy whenever you go to these certain places, because if you never ask, you'll never know. So always ask if they have some kind of special college discount. But those are all the college tips and hacks for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to save this video if you are a new college student, so you can always go back and refer to this if you need any kind of advice or help whatsoever. Managing college can be hard, especially if you have a full load of classes. So I recommend doing all of these tips and tricks to make your life a lot easier. If you guys have any other tricks or hacks that you would like to share with me, please leave them in the description below, because I love a good hack for college, because college is hard enough and anything to make my life easier is appreciated. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed doing this for you guys. If you have any other suggestions, please also leave them in the description below. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.